Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the flower of the month. Now this is the daffodil, and a daffodil is a perfect flower to go on Mother's Day projects, for any greeting card, absolutely anything. They evoke emotion of positivity and happiness, and they look absolutely exquisite no matter which way you craft with them. But of course, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the Minecraft Studio Flower of the Month download of what you can do with that content, and it's just so beautiful. So I'm going to take you straight into the computer and do a project with you straight away, also share with you exactly what you're going to get in that download from the Highlight Crafts website as well. So go straight into the scene building. You can see here we've got our index. Now this gives you an array, a variety of so many different daffodils, whether you're going to look at them from side on, profile, face on, whether it's going to be floral elements or the foliage to create a full bouquet of daffodils. Maybe it's going to be the buds, or maybe you're going to be using the actual compositions, a full floral composition put together for you to utilize in a bouquet, to make backing papers, card fronts, maybe it's going to be decoupage. The imagery that's actually presented to you within this comprehensive range of flowers from Flower of the Month is beautifully detailed. I mean, when you look at these here, the depth of the shading that you've got with this, not to mention also the colorways that you get, it's just exquisite, even down to the ones that you see not so often, but when you do, they catch your attention. The ones that are white with the striking pops of orange in the center, it is really majestic artwork that you're going to really thoroughly enjoy working with. Now that's your scene building elements for Flower of the Month. Then you've got your reflections. So again, with this, of course, there is dies that go with Flower of the Month. So if you want to, which you can at your fingertips, print off all of the reflections that correspond with that die. So you print these at 100% or actual size, depending on your printer settings. You can then actually create your very own decoupage sheet. So for example, if you wanted to maybe only die cut one element and you thought, well, I'm not printing a whole sheet of A4 just for one singular die cut, you could then go into this and think, right, okay, I'm going to use the scissors function just up here. I'm going to go right around that particular daffodil, just into those elements there. There we are. I'm just going to zoom out so I can see the functions to actually be able to cut that out. And then we've just got that one element. Now printing that will give you just one reflection printout, but that might be all that you want. Maybe you don't want to print a whole sheet. Maybe you realize you needed one extra on your project. So again, you can change the colorways if you wanted to. There's nothing stopping you from having your very own colored daffodils. You know, you can do whatever you want with them. Utilize Minecraft Studio to its strengths to do exactly what we share with you here at Highlight Crafts, which is playing with the files. And then again, every single composition element you have the reflection for. Now that's not all you're getting within this download from Flower of the Month. You're also going to get the digital stamps in here as well. So within the index, you can see straight away the stamped formation of these daffodils means that you've got them digitally for you to be able to create your own compositions, your own stylized artwork with it, whether it is in a full array of florals or the individual elements. So we've still given you all of those broken down bits and pieces of these florals to allow you to actually create your very own designs from scratch, so giving you more to play with. So what I'm going to do to start with is I'm just going to select all of those and take them off my page, and I'm going to go again into the scene building element with this one. Now selecting just one daffodil on its own, I want to be able to create really a repetitive pattern from one floral, but not just as it is. Of course we could take it and make a backing paper, we could tile it straight away, which will give us that repetitive backing paper design. But with that in mind, I'm thinking, okay, I've done that. I want to do something different. Now, the daffodil has many offerings. With its stream-like form, you can create actually a full wreath or maybe a repetitive circular pattern. So what I mean by that is, if we copy and paste this daffodil, and then if I flip it vertically here we are, and take it down to the bottom, I'm then going to group these two. So I've grouped that as one piece. And then if I copy and paste this, and then just rotate it slightly, paste again, and rotate, I'm going to actually pivot this on a central point. So I'm not moving the image, all I'm doing is rotating it. So if we paste once again, I rotate round, just until we get a complete circle. Okay, so going through here, paste one more time. There we are. So I'm going to just rotate through here and then just space some of those out if I've not got them as evenly together. There we are, and you would never even know to the eye, just like that. Then what we can do is highlight all over all of this, okay? Let me just go back because I've just dragged that accidentally. There we go. And then that's the thing. Even if you do make a mistake, like I literally just did there, I just almost like blurred one of the images, enlarging it. You can undo every function. So even if you do think you're making a mistake, everything is reversible and you can go back to where you started. I'm just going to group all of that so it's now one piece, and I'm going to add a slight drop shadow to this. So blurred radius, you can go and amplify it, but I'm going to take it down just so it gives it a defined edge. And I'm going to scale that down and pop it here on my page. And then copying and pasting this, I'm then just going to move it to the side. There we go. So I'm not moving it up or down, I'm just moving it left and right so I know it's still on level. I'm going to paste another one and then move this one again to the side with this pretty much the same distance in between them. Here we are. Wonderful. And then probably a little bit further. There we go. And then I'm going to group over all of this, weld it together and copy that. So we've now made our own image. We've then duplicated it and then we're going to paste that one again itself. So I'm going to do this 4 times to create our very own backing paper. So it's completely changed the look and feel from just tiling the daffodil to actually creating a backing paper from an image that you've recreated yourself. So really simple but extremely effective. So if we group all of this together, that then creates a full translucent image that you can use for anything. So with that in mind, I'm then going to actually grab a tone of yellow and I'm going to use it from one of the daffodils. So I'm going to enlarge this image here. I'm going to get on a digital punch, and in the basic shapes you've got literally every shape you could ever wish for, again working with Minecraft Studio to work alongside the images. I'm going to actually scale that right down and pop it just inside, let's have a look, round here where we've got really nice shades of yellow, and then I'm going to keep the inner and then I'm going to blow that up. So then we've created our very own backing paper in yellow. So if we then bring this into situ, into our card shape, we can then make it pretty much a similar size to what we're working with our daffodils here. So let's bring that to the front, and then I'm going to scale it in proportion so it wants to go just a little bit further to the base, like that. And then what we can do is I'm going to copy and paste it. So now I've got 2 of that yellow background, and I'm going to delete off this digital punch because we don't need that anymore. I'm going to actually make this pure white, and then the one that's yellow I'm going to make larger. So we've made our very own mats and layers with a colour directly from the daffodil image. So bringing that to the front means we can then pop this and create our card shape with it. So I've got some deeper, darker tones at the top, whereas it's lighter at the bottom. And naturally, I usually always feel as though colours should be balanced. So if I flip that vertically, let's have a look. I'm going to flip the one at the back vertically. So let's select the orange one. There we are. So if we flip it, it should then take the darker tone towards the bottom. So it just looks natural that the heavier colour is at the bottom of your page. Made that slightly narrower just so we've got nice even mats and layers. And then I'm going to group over this. Okay, so let's group that together. So now we've got essentially a card front which we can then rescale, resize to any one that we want. So we're really sort of putting Minecraft Studio to the test with this one because we're allowing ourselves to create files and build on them. So what I'm going to do is grab that same floral again with that deep orange tone. And again, this is quite a quick project, but one that you can be, really expansive with. Think about how many different assortments you could do this process with and what other imagery you can do it to. So with those basic shapes, I'm going to use an oval this time. So with that oval, scale it down, right down like we did with our rectangle. Pop that on top of the daffodil and keep the inner. And then we can enlarge this, bring it back up to scale, pop that just here in the middle of our project. There we go. And then copy and paste this. And then take the top one bright white, just like we did with our rectangle. Scale it down, make our mats and layers with it so they're nice and even. Again, when you're scaling down an oval, you want it to be, in relatives. And then again, with that background color, I'm going to flip it vertically, or I'll flip the white one there. Let's have a look. I'm going to select our orange oval, flip that vertically. So again, that dark tone is sat towards the bottom. And then what we can then do, we can use, let's have a look, one of our compositions here. I've picked the one with the yellows in because we've used yellow within our project. Here we are, sit our daffodils within inside that oval there. There we go. And then just because this is quite pale towards the edge, I'm going to add a blurred radius and that will just give some definition straight away, even with the actual mats and layers. So the oval, we could add a blurred radius on there too. So let's bring that in. So straight away you've got that depth, maybe a little bit too much. So we can take that back just a few steps. So if we go and reverse the process, there we are. I'm going to select that back in again, and with a small amount of blurred radius, here we are, just a small amount. Perfect, just like that. And we could even do the same with our backing paper and background. So there's loads of different ways in which you can add depth and texture to your project. So I'm going to group over the whole of this together. You could then add any sentiment. Maybe it's going to be Happy Mother's Day, it could be Happy Birthday, Happy Anniversary, anything. A daffodil is suitable for all times of the year. Even with sympathy cards, they are beautiful, beautiful images to play with. And again, even going straight into the detail of that image there, you can see that repetitive motion allowed us to create a seamless background, a seamless pattern that you can utilize in so many different ways. So try it out and have fun with it. But this here is using the Minecraft Studio download of the flower of the month from Minecraft Studio. Again, you've got your scene building in there, you've got your stamps, and you've got your reflections that match up with your die. So within that download, you've got everything you need for Flower of the Month Daffodil. So thank you so much for joining me for this video. I really hope you've enjoyed it and you found something inspirational from it, and you're going to do a project straight away with your download from Highlight Crafts. Again, the link will be in the description of the video to the actual download that we've used within this video. So please take care, and I'll see you for the next one. If you want to see more from Highlight Crafts, make sure you click the like button, subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below, and click the bell icon to receive notification of all our future content. You can also click here to see our latest video, or click here to see more videos like this one.